Hello everybody, my name is Matt, and today we're taking a look at the trailer for WoW Patch 9.1, Chains of Dominion, I believe is what it's called. This just came out on BlizzCon, and yeah, so before we see this, I can tell you that I have seen the leaks, I do know what happens to Anduin, and I have some thoughts about it, but I don't know how we get there. I assume that's what happens in this trailer. Yeah, so I guess let's just jump right into it because I would rather see what the trailer actually has to say before I start ranting about a lot of stupid shit. So we're going to start this in 3, 2, 1. It's called Kingsmourne, so that bodes well. 3, 2, 1, now.
Look around you!
What makes you believe you're not just a weapon to achieve his ends?
Enough! Join our
We have to recap because people forgot.
To be made to serve.
Right now, you hold all the power. Make your choice, Sylvanas Windrunner.
I guess the next 10 seconds of that cinematic is her stabbing him with it and him becoming corrupted. Is that what they just didn't show us?
All our efforts, the maw continues to grow. What if Denathrius' treachery is irreparable? The Primus is lost, and Bastion cannot save the Shadowlands alone.
None of this should have happened.
Perhaps the Winter Queen could...
Yes, the Winter Queen can do all the things. Clea!
My Archon, a living soul, seeks an audience.
A mortal?
A king. By all our measures, one who has spent his life striving for justice.
Hey, it's Uther.
One who would give anything to serve his people.
Really?
One
That's
whose heart is true.
Very well. He may approach.
Anduin and Arthas do not look the same, except for the golden hair. Anduin looks like Varian, who does not look like Arthas.
Forward.
Devs, what are you doing? Do you know your own fucking story?
My Ascended have spoken of you. The king held captive in the maw.
That prison could not hold me forever.
Yeah, he's already corrupted.
Why
So
have you come to Bastion?
You have a key that I need.
You will release this soul from your grasp.
No. He is bound to me.
Just as you once sought to bind your own brother.
well, there go all the Paragons. Fuck you. Crestia once again proving to be the worst leader of all the Covenants. Dying again. Oh, look at him. And then the runes reactivate, yep. And now he's bad again. Well, maybe she's not dead. You saw her hand go up for a second. That'd be the second time she's almost died because she's terribly incompetent.
The vessel performed its part flawlessly. 3 keys remain. Then they will see. Death was never meant to be chained.
Okay, so before we talk about my opinions, clearly he needs the 3 other keys from the other covenants. I don't know why, even though he's like pretty much imprisoned the Primus, who's the rune carver. He doesn't have his key. I don't know. I don't know why Denathrius didn't give him his key when he was on his side. I don't know, but I guess that means he has to go kill the Winter Queen and do whatever in Bastion and do whatever in Revendreth. all of this seems obvious. That's what they're doing is what I've said from the beginning. They're killing off all these new characters they brought up so they can have all these returning characters take positions of power. Uther's going to become some big shot in Bastion. I wouldn't be surprised if the Winter Queen dies, then Ysera becomes the leader. Let's see. In Maldraxxus, we have Draka, Alexandros Mograine, and Vash. And because Draka has unnecessarily been given the spotlight, even though she doesn't deserve it, she'll probably become a Margrave, or she could even become a Primus, because they have to have this big, women in leadership. Even though it should be Vash, because she's done actually a lot for Maldraxxus, where Draka has done nothing. And then let's see, Revendreth. Oh, we have Kael'thas, who just happens to be there and is becoming very important. This is fucking trash. I've been thinking about this since I saw the picture yesterday, and there's something about it beyond just, oh, this writing is bad, which it is. There's something, I don't know what it is. There's something about it that personally, triggers me to anger about it, and I haven't been able to put my finger on it, and I've talked with people, I've talked with Howie about it, and I've talked about it online, and I can't figure it out yet, so hopefully we'll get to that point as I express my thoughts in this video, because there's something in there that just bothers me at a fundamental core. But this just goes to show that writing in WoW is just, it's hackery. It's garbage. It's trash fire. Usually when they're setting up a twist, you do the twist. Not doing the twist is not a twist. This isn't fucking Rian Johnson in The Last Jedi. Setting up all this last minute ass pulley Sylvanas redemption and then just going, oh, she corrupts Anduin anyway. And then she looks sad for a second because he's being controlled. It's she's committed genocide. She's tortured her own people. She's experimented with weapons of mass destruction on people and civilians. She started a world war for the lulz. But this is the thing that's turning her. It's Anduin making her feel a little sad because he's being corrupted. That's such horse shit. It's so terrible. And it's just the comparisons between Uther and Arthas, or excuse me, Anduin and Arthas is supposed... Did the devs forget this? Because they said this out loud to us. It's supposed to be... Anduin is what would happen if Arthas took the right path and became, a morally good character. That was literally the point of Anduin's character. That's why he has the golden hair, even though Varian doesn't have it. His mother has the golden hair. That's where he gets it from. The whole point of it was supposed to be, oh, Anduin is this morally. He's a prince of a nation who's strong in the light, even though Arthas really wasn't strong in the light, but whatever. And he's a morally good character who's what would happen if Arthas was good. To then just turn him into Arthas is undoing all of his character. It's fucking asinine. It's seriously the writers were oh, we're such hacks and we have no ideas, so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to have Shadowlands, and we're going to have our own Lich King, but he's the Super Lich King. So we have the Jailer, who's the Super Lich King. And well, if we have the Super Lich King, we have to have our Super Arthas and our Super Frostmourne. So then they have Super Frostmourne, which we see in 9.0 with the sword, which I guess is called Kingsmourne, which is the dumbest name, and it should have been, any of the other ones people have suggested. So then they have the Super Frostmourne, and now they have Super Arthas. And to have Uther be oh... My chest hurts. He looks like Arthas. He does not look like Arthas. The descriptions of Anduin are not, he looks like Arthas. It's, he looks like Varian. And Varian does not look like Arthas. Do the developers not know their own story? It's fucking ridiculous. So that's all. It's literally just shock value. We don't see what happens. We don't see who corrupted him. We don't see why Sylvanas is she's wavering with the sword at the last time we see the both of them. And like I said, extend that trailer for 10 more seconds and she just stabs him and he becomes undead anyway. Or I guess he's still living because, they can't follow their own rules of being a Death Knight, which is if you're a Death Knight, you're fucking dead. That's what it means. They're going to have their cake and eat it too. I'm not pissed off because Anduin's not going to be saved. Obviously, he's going to be saved. It's because they're ruining all of Anduin's characterization to, I don't know, to facilitate a Sylvanas redemption. That's it. I got it. I figured it out. That's what it is. I pushed through the apathy to the anger and I figured out my problem with it. Once again, they're facilitating a fucking Horde storyline for, like, by an Alliance character. I mean, Sylvanas isn't Horde anymore, but it's even worse because it's fucking Sylvanas. They're facilitating the Sylvanas redemption arc by throwing Anduin into the fucking trash bin. That's what's so infuriating about this. She does not deserve to be redeemed. She's an evil character. To make her be like, oh, I'm sad now at literally the finale of her arc is stupid. Nothing of her 15, 20-year storyline leads up to, oh, she actually isn't evil, and she actually isn't been the thing she's been for 18 years. She saw Anduin being controlled kind of like she was controlled once, and now she feels bad. I guess she didn't feel bad when she did that to all the soldiers in, Anderhall, or to, the Night Elves, or, to her own soldiers and the Alliance soldiers in Lordaeron, or when she murdered thousands of innocent civilians in Teldrassil. None of those made her feel bad. It was seeing Anduin being controlled. That's what made her feel bad. Fuck off with that bullshit. I have 95% of me is like, yes, do the meme storyline, make it really bad because this game is really bad. But this is the 5% of me which is like, I still care about it, and I wish, just kill Anduin off, please. Just kill him. Kill off Anduin, kill off Tyrande, and redeem Sylvanas, so that the 5% of me that actually cares about this 8th grader fanfiction trash storyline franchise can finally die. Please. Because even when Anduin gets saved, and he's either going to be saved by us, or Sylvanas is going to save him, which is then going to make Anduin be like, I know you did bad things, but you saved me, and now we need you in our time of fighting the jailer. That's what's going to happen, because the writers are hacks. So they're either going to do one of those two things, and if the writers are even an eighth of good as they think they are, what Anduin should be going through after he's freed is he should be like really depressed and self-reflective and troubled and haunted by the things he was forced to do. If they don't pull some magical shit, he should be dead, technically. So that's the end of the Rin dynasty. They're just gone now because Anduin's dead. I know they said living, so that means he's probably not dead. But that just goes to show they're further ass-pulling nonsense of their own storyline just to have this cool moment where the last time we see Anduin, he's in Torghast, and the next time he's in Bastion. It's like, oh, how did he get there? Oh, it's like if you had a brain of like a 4th grader or higher, you could put it together very instantly. And it's just, it's awful. Everything about it is just emblematic of what current WoW is. It's hacky, schlock, shock value, ass-pulled nonsense is what it is. And that's what World of Warcraft is now. So, yeah, it's terrible. And I know that we have the new raid coming out. I did cut and I watched the 25-minute What's Next panel, which had like no specific information, so that's always a good sign. But Sylvanas is gonna be a raid boss, guys. Oh, a fateful finale to her character. She's definitely gonna die, trust us. They're definitely not just gonna redeem her to piss off 90% of the fan base to placate the 10% that fucking cry about it on Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr and Reddit and the forums and MMO Champion and Icy Veins and everywhere else they can get their little fingers in to complain about how Sylvanas actually is the victim. I've seen people saying like, oh, Anduin, I'm one of them too. Anduin was one of their favorite characters, and now they just hate him. Like, I hate him now. He's terrible, he's ruined. Battle for Azeroth memified him to, like, a trope, like I explained in another video. But this is just, that's it. Kill him off, because you've ruined him. You've ruined him beyond repair. I don't know who's making, like, the top-level story decisions. It's not Christy Golden, but I will say, Christy Golden, I'm really fucking surprised that you would allow this or not try to stop Blizzard doing this storyline to a character that only exists because you made him a thing. Anduin really wasn't a character outside of like a useful pawn for Onyxia in vanilla until Christy Golden got her hands on him in The Shattering. See, my dog, he's pissed off. He agrees with me about this. It's that, and I can't believe she would allow this to happen. Like, it's got to be Denuzer. Like, it has to be him pulling all this fucking bullshit to try and redeem Sylvanas. That's what this whole storyline is. Just to redeem Sylvanas. It's like, are you fucking kidding me with this? It's terrible. Everything about it is terrible. The only thing this storyline is doing is to placate people like Michelle Mora, who has this, this opinion where it's like, oh, Sylvanas actually isn't bad. She's going to use her Valkyrie to resurrect the Night Elves because this was her 18,000 D chess plan all along. She's not just evil, despite every evidence to the contrary. And it's like, really, I hope that all of those Sylvanas simps make like 10 accounts and subscribe, because I'm fucking done with this. This is garbage, and I'm done, and I want nothing to do with it, and it's awful. Everything about it's awful. Once again, the Alliance is forced to facilitate a storyline of somebody else that's not them. It's always the Horde, or it's always Sylvanas, and that's what we're doing again. Don't you just love that, Alliance fans? If you watch the BlizzCon opening ceremony, probably keep in mind how little the Alliance was actually referenced when talking about Warcraft. The Alliance, as usual, gets paid lip service, while the Horde gets everything that they get. And I know online, all the people are like, oh, that was such an impactful cinematic. I can't believe what's going to happen to Anduin. And it's like, you guys just buy into fucking hackery. Like, it's not even good. It's not even like good storytelling. You just buy into shock value hackery. It's a character that you like, so when they show up, that automatically means it's good. Like, play literally any other game and get some appreciation for what actual good storytelling is. Play Final Fantasy XIV. Play literally any other Final Fantasy game. Play a Persona game. Play anything. Play anything else besides Warcraft to see what at least not terrible storytelling is. Not everything's great, but this is just trash. It's trash. So, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about this. It's just awful. I hate it. And I think, the cinematic itself is fine. It's whatever. It's fine. It's crafted well. The story behind it is just garbage. And I don't know how to give the cinematic a pass when the story is just garbage. Here's Sylvanas again. Let's talk about her for the 18th fucking thousandth time, because the dev in charge of the story has a fucking boner for her and wants to write his self-insert into banging her so she can't be dead. That's literally what this is. What else is this if not that? The whole cinematic is framed to be like, oh, look at all this terrible shit, but let's focus on Sylvanas' reaction to it. That's the thing. That's the thing that matters about this cinematic. That's it. Outside of the fact that Christia fucking sucks and the Archon is the worst Covenant leader because she's died twice now almost. If she survives this time. She almost lost to Devos, who she's more powerful than, and now she's lost to Anduin / the Jailer. So, I don't know. Kill off Anduin, please. Kill off Tyrande. Because we know for a fact if and when Anduin is redeemed and has to team up with Sylvanas, exactly like I predicted in my last WoW video, Tyrande's going to show up and be like, you have to pay for this. And then Anduin's going to be like, Tyrande, stop. She saved me, and we need her to stop the Jailer. Fuck that. Put a fucking arrow in her head right the second you see her, Tyrande. We can figure out how to fight the Jailer ourselves. Sylvanas sure as hell hasn't helped us. She's done everything but that. She's given 1,000 Night Elf souls to the Maw. She's all this other shit she's done for the Jailer now. But yeah, we needed her to commit genocide to stop the Jailer. That's her 5D chess. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Crap as usual from Warcraft. And the fact that they have no specifics on actual 9.1 besides like, let's talk about overall patch story ideas and, oh, we're going to further the Covenant system. That's very worrying for anyone who cares about this game, don't you think? I love that Blizzard now has somehow they've used the players to do QA testing for years because they don't want to pay to actually do it. And now I guess they just want to use the players to develop the fucking game because they either don't know how to, or they don't want to, or devote resources to actually doing it themselves. So now they're just going to make all the players do it, which is always a good decision of letting fans decide what your game should be. I cannot believe, once again, Ian Hazukosta said that they're going to be taking suggestions for the story from the fucking player base. Have some goddamn courage and balls and stand by a story that you want to tell, not what you think fans are going to be like jerking themselves off about because shirtless Kael'thas showed up or Sylvanas is being an asshole again. Have some bravery and tell a story you want to tell, like Final Fantasy XIV, where they've actually planned it out all along, and they've come out and said for certain story beats, we know certain people didn't like this or this or this, but this is the story we're telling. Are you a game studio? What the fuck are you doing right now? But hey, I guess Diablo 2 Remaster looks good. I don't know. I can't do this anymore. So, thanks for watching.